Was Caitlin outplaying Diana Taurasi? But you can't just factor in current play, Shannon. That's all I'm saying. You got to factor in. But if you're factoring in Diana Taurasi's Olympic experience, Diana Taurasi's how she was with the team, I get it.
Shannon, hold on 1 second. Shannon, hold on.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have been two of the most exciting and closely watched athletes in the WNBA since their arrival in the league. The rivalry, which began in college during the 2023 NCAA championship, continued to evolve as they both entered the WNBA with high expectations. Recently, tensions flared up again when a message from Clark, seemingly directed at Reese, was leaked, setting social media and the league abuzz. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. The source of the drama is rooted in the intensity of the rivalry. Both players have garnered massive followings due to their incredible on-court performances, but they represent different styles and personalities, which has added fuel to the fire. Clark is known for her lethal shooting, unmatched court vision, and calm demeanor under pressure. Reese, on the other hand, dominates the paint with her size and athleticism, never shying away from confrontation or voicing her opinions. It all began with a now-deleted social media post from Angel Reese, following a heated game in which Clark's Indiana Fever faced off against Reese's Chicago Sky. Reese's post, which took a subtle jab at Clark, suggested that certain privileges, like chartered flights for players, were being granted because of Clark's growing influence rather than being earned across the board. Although Reese deleted the post, it had already been screenshotted and shared widely. The message left no doubt that Reese was frustrated with the attention Clark was receiving from NBA executives and fans alike. This tension between them escalated further when a shocking message from Clark was leaked online. In a moment that seemed both candid and calculated, Clark addressed Reese directly, but instead of engaging in a war of words, she took a more reserved approach. Clark's message expressed admiration for Reese's skill and competitive drive, but subtly highlighted how certain actions off the court, like Reese's now famous social media jabs, were unnecessary distractions from the real focus, basketball. This calm yet pointed message from Clark surprised many, as she had largely remained above the fray of social media drama until that point. Clark's decision to leak such a message was unexpected, especially given her usual quiet and composed demeanor. This move flipped the script, showing a different side of the star, one who wasn't afraid to publicly address a rival, but did so with a precision that left Reese and fans speechless. It was a display of control and awareness, making it clear that Clark is not just a master on the court, but also capable of commanding attention off it. The implications of this leaked message were immediate and widespread. It was clear that the rivalry between these two wasn't going anywhere, and if anything, it was only growing more intense. But rather than descending into petty insults, Clark's message kept the focus on basketball, reinforcing her role as a leader and showing a clear understanding of her influence within the league. The WNBA, which has been striving to grow its fan base and increase visibility, could not have asked for a better storyline. Both players represent different sides of the same coin, Clark the cool and calculated shooter and Reese the fiery, emotionally driven forward. The clash of their personalities has captivated audiences, creating a must-watch dynamic in every game they play, whether against each other or not. The rivalry has injected new energy into the WNBA, and fans have taken sides, with some supporting Reese's outspoken nature, and others gravitating toward Clark's quieter, more tactical approach. However, this latest episode in their ongoing saga suggests that Clark, despite her generally stoic appearance, is fully aware of the power she wields both on and off the court. By choosing to leak a message aimed at her rival, she sent a clear signal that she is not content to let others shape the narrative around her. Reese, known for her boldness, may have been caught off guard by the unexpected response from Clark, who usually avoids such direct confrontations. The tantrum, though dramatic, was also a reflection of the pressures athletes face at that level. It's easy to forget how much emotion, energy, and effort goes into a season, let alone the years of preparation that come before it. For Reese, this wasn't just about a title. It was about the validation of her journey. Watching someone else receive what she believed should have been shared praise was too much to handle in the moment. The most captivating part of all this wasn't just Reese's reaction, but the conversation it sparked. The debate over who truly deserved the Rookie of the Year title became the talk of the basketball world. Reese versus Clark was no longer just a battle on the court. It was now a media storm. Fans took sides, arguing over stats, performances, and who had the bigger impact on their respective teams. Reese's meltdown became the centerpiece of a larger narrative about recognition and fairness in sports, especially in women's basketball, where players often feel like they have to fight for even a fraction of the attention their male counterparts receive. Some might have called Reese's reaction immature, but others saw it as the raw emotion of a player who cared deeply about her craft. She wasn't just playing for accolades, she was playing for respect. And in a world where athletes are often expected to maintain a calm and composed demeanor, her outburst was refreshingly human. It showed that beneath the jersey, beneath the accolades and the stats, there was a person who, like everyone else, just wanted to be seen for who they were. What made this entire saga so interesting was the contrast between the two players. Clark, with her smooth shooting and calm demeanor, seemed like the quintessential rising star. She played with an almost effortless grace, making impossible shots look easy and rarely showing frustration on the court. Reese, on the other hand, played with grit and fire. She wasn't afraid to get physical, to mix it up in the paint, and to let her emotions show. They were two sides of the same coin, and that's what made the rivalry so compelling. The tension between Reese and Clark was always there, simmering just beneath the surface. But this public outburst brought it all to the forefront. Reese's rant was like throwing gasoline on a fire that had been quietly burning all season. Suddenly, what had been a friendly competition turned into a full-blown rivalry. And while Reese might have regretted the way she handled the news in the moment, there was no denying that it had set the stage for something much bigger. The fallout from the announcement and Reese's reaction wasn't immediate, but the ripple effects were undeniable. It wasn't just about who won an award, it was about the future of women's basketball. Fans and analysts began to speculate what this rivalry could mean for the sport. Was this the beginning of a new era, where players like Reese and Clark would continue to push each other to new heights? Or was it simply a flash in the pan, a moment of raw emotion that would fade as quickly as it had flared up? Only time would tell, but one thing was for sure. Angel Reese's outburst had left an impression. Whether you agreed with her reaction or not, you couldn't ignore the passion behind it. In a way, it was almost symbolic of the shift happening in women's sports, where players were no longer content with being second-tier stars. They wanted the same recognition, the same headlines, the same respect. And Angel Reese, in her own way, was demanding just that. In the end, Angel Reese's reaction to Caitlin Clark's Rookie of the Year win was more than just a tantrum. It was a moment of raw emotion that spoke to the pressures and frustrations of being an elite athlete. It was a reminder that even the best players are human, and that sometimes the weight of competition and the desire for recognition can lead to outbursts that might not be pretty but are undeniably real. Reese might have lost out on the award, but she had won something else: respect, attention, and a place in the spotlight, whether she liked it or not. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.